ACGT Tour Report Power Hour, powered by NothingisOB Golf Podcast. All right, guys, it is PC Masters time 2021, episode number 11, ACGT Tour Series Power Hour. How you doing, Travis?
I'm doing great, Andy. Thanks for being here on Tuesday, May the 17th. It is Masters week on tour, and we've got the PC Masters special edition leading up to Olmos Basin this weekend. Andy, I think we got a cool show.
I'm looking forward to it. New site this year, new site. Birdie, how you doing, Birdie?
Good. How are you?
Man, you always get me pumped up and excited, Birdie. Thank you. Thank you for getting me in the mood.
I put everyone in the mood, bro.
I love the over sarcasm that Bird takes as complimentary. I love that.
I'm a very literal person. I mean,
we got MD. We got the Flower Power Hour. Flower Power
Hour, baby.
How we doing, MD?
Dude, I am good. Baby's asleep. I'm here. I'm ready to talk about Olmos City Golf Tour Masters weekend. Let's go, baby.
All right, and we got
good.
DH, Dustin Hassan. How we doing, DH? He's on mute. DH, you on mute, DH?
He's still in backstage.
Perfect.
Sorry,
Dustin had all this time to prepare.
I know. Fail. Well, at least it was better than Bird's monotone entrance.
Whoa.
Hey, hashtag shots fired. Shots fired.
Early brought the heat.
Ooh,
I am upset.
There we go. We got CC, Casey
There
Carnes.
is a Masters champion tuning into the special Masters edition. Casey Carnes, what's up? Where are you watching from tonight? Are you back home? Or are you off trying to qualify for something somewhere?
He should be back home. And you know what, Casey? Since you're watching, I hope you're going to be on the show this Thursday. NothingisOB South Texas Golf Podcast. I need you on the show. I need the haps on what happened at the USGA 4-man, 4-ball, 2-ball, 3-ball. I don't know. I need
4-ball.
There we go.
4-ball.
All right, guys, we got a lot going on with the show tonight. Super excited about the new site being at Olmos this year. That's my man. There you go. Just let me know. Hey, I need you. I need you Thursday. You're in. All right, done deal. All right, guys, who's excited for having the PC Masters at a new site this year?
Yeah, I'm psyched.
I think it's really cool. The partnership with the trail there, trying to promote the best possible course conditions that we possibly can have for our end of the season major. And unfortunately, everyone knows the condition that Brackenridge Park's in right now. They're working on it. They're making it better. And it's just not ready for tournament play. So I love Olmos Basin. I'm a big fan of the redesign. I'm a big fan of Will Griffin, the course record holder there. I'm a big fan of going back there for the Masters for 2 days, getting championship flight, another chance at that course record, and another name on the jacket.
I like how you said that right there, giving the champ flight another, and not just the champ flight, but you're giving everybody another chance at getting at this course. You know, so it's kind of like almost like a redo for a good majority of these guys.
And Jason has played there a couple times this week, and the course condition reports are great.
The greens, this is not an exaggeration. The greens are at least 3 feet faster than when we played it. I'm not kidding. They are great.
Now I believe him. That wasn't monotone, so I definitely believe Birdie this time.
That is fact checked by Jason Bird.
I mean, the first time we played it, I had balls I would hit wedges, and they'd stay on like these slopes that balls aren't meant to stay on. So I'd have a putt where I'm standing like this, and now the ball rolls off the slope and it feeds like the course was designed to do. Those greens are meant to be slick, so you can work the ball around the greens. And yeah, they were. I had a couple 3 putts because they were quick. If you were in the wrong spots, you were having a hard time.
And
Sure, that's
speaking
why you
of
got 3 putts.
speaking of excitement around Olmos Basin and the upcoming Masters, Jason Bird, how many spots are still available for the Masters?
Ooh.
Well, right before we came on, I broke the news to you guys that it was sold out. But I've had one withdrawal since then, so we have one spot.
One spot.
I have one spot for the
Breaking
PC
news. That was
Masters.
Put me down.
I was leading into the sellout right there. All right.
Hey, so hey,
I got
teed it up
one
for him.
spot.
You literally teed it up for him, Travis. You
I
did.
tried so hard, and he's like, "Nope, Trav, you're wrong. There's still one spot left."
There is no spot left. That is accurate statement.
That's perfect.
Put me down. Put me down. Is that a yes?
There.
Yeah, I thought you were already down. I don't know what's going on.
Let's make sure Andy's not a duplicate sign up. There is nothing. We're being honest right now. Nothing is OB is the host of the show. There's nothing more frustrating than getting the text message, "Hey, sign me up for the tournament," and then you go back and sign up online after that text message.
Well, don't worry. I don't sign up, so there's
There we
no
go.
problem.
Yes.
There's no problem there.
Yes.
I mean,
www.acgttour.golf is where you will find the registration page for every tournament whose registration is open and the future calendar. Is Andy Torres registered?
he's registered now.
There we go.
We got
I'm
some
echoing from somebody.
we got some echoing over here.
Who has the echo?
I'm checking.
It was
It is not me.
DerManuelian. It was DerManuelian. I muted him and it went away.
Ah,
MD. Sounds like it's MD. There we go. Right. It's MD.
it's MD.
All right, guys. So right here, we got a lot of good stuff. We got some past champions. We got our defending champion. We got an interview coming up with him this evening. He wasn't able to be on due to some conflicting schedules, but luckily enough, MD was able to get a little interview with our current 2021 net or gross, right? It's gross champion.
Gross. Yes, he is
Gross.
defending
Yep, gross.
He's
Masters
gross.
champion. Yes.
Stephen Evans. And great story. Love talking to him, especially, he's got a bunch of great stories. And I love to hear his accent. His accent makes you want to get out there and go play like some links courses. It's only fitting
you combined his accent with his hair and his golf swing, and you get Masters champions. That's just what it equals.
Hey, come on! Come on!
His fist pumps are so good. Oh yeah.
Oh, he gets into it. Oh boy, he does. Yes, he does. I love it.
It's all about the
Fist
lettuce.
pump in the San Pedro match play. I can't remember who his opponent was. He chipped in on 8. May have been Jerry Wilton. And boy, he fist pumped him right to the parking lot. It was great. He gives
Have
an
a
aggressive
nice
fist pump.
trip.
Yeah.
He fist pumped him right to the parking lot. I like that.
That's third flight great right there.
Yeah.
Well, I love seeing all those pictures of the former champions and seeing which guys have won the jacket. And I'm really looking forward to hearing some of the stories because obviously a good majority of y'all have been there through many of these. Travis, you've been there through every one.
Yeah, let's look at some pictures. Winners through the years.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bring up that first one. So as I do this, I'm going to put the camera solely on me, turn off my camera so we can have a better look at these guys.
Okay, perfect. This is Tuesday, May the 17th, and we are Masters Edition. This is 2014, so this is, what is that, 8 years ago now? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Slow.
That is Aaron Flores winning the first of 3 I think he has 3 Masters wins. Is that correct?
Right. I think you're right.
And 6 under, 136, 2 rounds. And that is, oh man, I just mental blanked. I had it. I had the
Steven Zepeda.
That's correct. I had it on the tip of my tongue and I'm looking right at it too. Steven Zepeda, a super good weekend. That's a big low number. And both of them look great in the Navy Master jacket. Some other awesome names down there. Ross Wilhelm.
Sorry,
Yeah,
about that, Travis.
just flight winners. Looking back at some names from 8 years ago, Wolfgang Avery still plays on tour with Jerry Mulder once in a while. Ray Martinez is back on tour playing. Steve Proctor turned senior pro. I haven't seen Ross Wilhelm in a long time. But okay, all right, back-to-back Masters
Back-to-back.
wins. Look at that step and repeat poster board behind him. Man, that's good stuff. That is a one stroke better in 2015 for Aaron Flores, A-Flow. And look at 7 years ago, young Jackson Wolf.
Oh man, boy, has he changed, huh?
He's stacked now.
Yeah.
He's Jackson Wolf is an assistant golf pro up at River Crossing now. Did a couple years.
Really?
Did a couple years active duty in the Army, I believe. I don't know if anybody's watching and that's right or wrong. I'm pretty sure it was a couple years in the Army, and now he's an assistant pro up at River Crossing.
Right there, I got John Bosch. Finally got a break from traveling and will be there. Still need my handicap. Hold on right here. Okay, we'll get to him. Give Brett Diamond a shout out. He won't be able to be here to defend his jacket.
We're getting to Brett Diamond. Brett Diamond's a little newer. He's definitely got some pictures in there. Jonathan Bosch, thank you for watching.
Now,
speaking of serving our country, thank you, John Bosch.
Yeah, thank you, John, for your service. Now, in talking with Aaron Flotas with A-Flow, he brought up a great point. He said he was remembering that he used to play Brack back in the day for like $10. And I was like, how long ago was that?
Well, I mean, middle brack. I call it middle brack. I think that was $5 or $6 to walk 9 holes during the week back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this. 2016. That is Casey Carnes' first Masters win, 8 under par. So we've gone 6, 7, 8. 3 years in a row, and there is John Zonka in a 5-hole playoff over who did he beat? Who did he beat in that 5-hole playoff? Trivia question.
Rick Barroso.
Nope, that is inaccurate.
I tried. Alan Crowder.
It is Patrick DeCosimo.
Is it really? Wow. I love how Patrick's in first flight, though. Can we give him some shit about that?
Patrick Doc DeCosimo.
Yes, Patrick DeCosimo lost on hole number 5, and Casey live streamed the whole thing, and we were so excited, and John Zonka outdueled Patrick DeCosimo in 5 holes, and at the end of the video, a spectator went congratulatory with mad profanity, and we couldn't use the video. It was amazing. It was awesome. It was awesome.
With Travis, for a playoff with name on the jacket, I mean, you're taking that to the course. We're not going to a scorecard playoff for something as significant as the name on the jacket.
That is correct.
Taking it to the course.
That is correct. Names on the jacket, we will always play off. And then we went through the playoff scenarios. There's some tiebreaker scenarios for on the team that we would play off for sure.
Sure.
Can I ask why Ian Parnaby is in these pictures?
Ian Parnaby, the Callaway Golf South Texas sales rep, was the tournament sponsor, the tour sponsor in 2016. Callaway Golf sponsored the tour in 2016.
Funny guy, like very, very funny guy. Odd.
Funny how? How am I funny?
Good dude. Good dude. Super good dude. Super good at his job. I think he won Texas Sales Rep of the Year for South Texas PGA, either 2016 or 2017. So really good at his job. Really good dude. Really big supporter of amateur tournament golf, and to this day, I'm still on staff with Callaway, and I play Callaway equipment, and I sell Callaway equipment, and I believe it's the best, and that man is behind it.
He's really good at what he does.
I'll never forget the first day I met Ian Parnaby. Oh,
tell us. Let's go. I want to hear it.
Is that a story you can tell? Yeah.
I just can't remember why.
This is so Ian Parnaby. We didn't sell any Callaway. We didn't sell any Callaway at the Alamo City Golf Trail, and at the time, Jim Roshek was the president and CEO, and there were two people under him in director roles, and there was myself. I was at San Pedro at the time, and we were all on Nike staff. We were all on Nike staff. Nike clothes, Nike staff uniforms, Nike range balls, Nike golf clubs, those ugly red things. Oh, good Lord. We were all on Nike staff, and I kept blowing Ian off. I'm like, no, not doing it. We're all Nike. Maybe there's some Adidas over here, but we're all Nike all the time. And I remember Jim Roshek set a meeting. Look at that. Oh my gosh, there it is.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Beauty. What a beauty.
That's the first one. That is the first one. That's not even the one with the white insert. That's the number one.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but this was purchased from the used club section at the old San Pedro.
That's such a terrible driver.
I probably put that label on.
The VR wedges were amazing.
Oh, they were great, MD,
Everything
weren't
else.
they?
Oh my! That was
they were.
10 years.
Casey Graham
Had
still
that
putts
back.
with that edition Nike putter.
Yep.
Yeah. the
Okay,
putters,
all right,
wedges
Travis,
are
back to the
great.
story. Back to the story.
Okay, I'm sorry. So Jim Roshek sets this meeting with Ian Parnaby, and I have blown Ian Parnaby off hardcore, and I know that he has gone to Jim and said, "Hey, Jim, Trav won't talk to me at all. Can you help me get in the door?" And Jim sets this meeting, and when you get a calendar invite from Jim Roshek, you are there, you are on time, you probably screwed something up, and you're going to hear about it. But when he sets a meeting, you go, and the meeting with me and Ian and Jim was 1 minute long. It was 1 minute long. It was from Jim, walked in the door of San Pedro and said, "Trav, Ian and Callaway are really important." And then he walked out the door.
Right to the point.
I ended up buying 500 dozen Callaway Warbirds that day.
Oh, the good old Warbird.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but I used to make like chairs and stack shoes out of golf balls in the golf shops back in the day. Like I did like a Game of Thrones throne in
I love
Northern
that.
Hills out of
I missed
Warbirds.
that. I missed that.
Yeah.
I think they
Yeah,
still have
so
some
it's
of the
like-
Warbirds there.
It's like, "Hi, nice to meet you. Here's a $10,000 golf ball order."
All right, moving on here. Moving on. 2017.
A
A-Flow once again.
A-Flow once again, and back-to-back John Zonkas.
Zonka.
Wow.
Back-to-back John Zonkas. Really good dude. No playoff needed that time.
We got Doc on right here. We got Doc right here. Oh, that loss to Zonka stung.
Oh, there it is.
Yes. Yes, we like to open up. We like to open up old wounds here.
I'll tell you what. I think I love the theme of the ACGT Tour Power Hour is Patrick is just the butt of every joke. I think it's hilarious.
Whoa, poor
It's like
Patrick.
6 out of 11, right? 6 out of
I
11
know, it's
episodes,
crazy.
right?
Oh, Patrick, we love you. I'm sorry. We're just kidding. But I had no idea we were going to talk about your 5-hole playoff loss today.
In first flight, net to
first-
John Zonka.
In first flight.
In first flight.
I believe
Patrick.
less than 3 hours ago, Patrick was talking about breaking the course record at Olmos Basin this coming weekend. So he's come a long way from first flight net.
Yes.
We got
Look at
2018 gross.
Look at that slick Casey Carnes. Man, living. GQ in the
Yeah,
glasses.
swagger there. A little bit of swagger.
Swagging
Man.
out. Definitely. Love the Nike hat.
I do, yeah. So that is 2018, is that correct?
2018 gross, correct.
Yeah, the 2018 gross. If you look closely on the jacket still says 2016. That's because I'm on a 2-year embroidery backlog. So,
Stephen Evans.
that
What
has
about
to be
Stephen Evans?
Some things never change.
that has to be the 2018. And the jacket's back ordered, guys. Sorry.
Okay, has the jacket been embroidered?
The jacket is currently at the
Oh,
embroidery.
damn. Damn.
It's at the embroiderer. Travis had to go pick it up.
Still.
Yep,
Oh my
Jason is
gosh.
picking it up Thursday after lunch.
I realized I probably can't do that because how am I going to get it to you?
Oh, you'll just bring it to San Pedro or almost.
But I fly out Friday.
Ugh, brutal. I'll have to drive into town.
Here we go.
I'm
We
sorry.
got 2018 net champion.
Oh, Ron Tash.
Ron Tash.
Andy, isn't that guy your boss?
What?
What?
And isn't Ron Tash a principal? Wasn't he a principal?
No, yeah, he's not my boss.
That was a joke. I'm
He's
sorry.
not
I
my-
apologize.
I don't know. Is he? Is he? I don't know.
Yes,
Sounds like
he is a retired principal or an administrator. I'm sorry. If
Fun
anybody,
fact.
if anybody in the comments knows what that is, I was joking with Andy. I apologize. That's Ron Tash.
Ron Tash
Someone
was
get on
sitting
LinkedIn.
right next to me when I won $1,200. So him and I are linked forever.
Ah.
Did you share any of it?
I tried to, and they wouldn't let me.
There is Casey Carnes again for his third Masters win in a one-hole playoff. I remember who that playoff was over as well. And there is our man, rest in peace, Alan McFarland. Rest in peace, John Zonka before as well. John Zonka also has passed away. Two-time Master net winner, John Zonka. Rest in peace, Alan McFarland. Tournament champion, 18 under net. He is crying in that picture. He had a great day that day, and
He was sandbagging. He was sandbagging.
he always said that was his favorite day on tour.
Well, his ashes were put on 18. They were laid
Yeah.
on 18. They were. I was there in that tournament that day, so
Yeah,
it was
we were there too. Yeah,
it was a beautiful
Al
ceremony.
McFarland was a cool guy.
Yep, good dude, super good dude.
Love the tour. Yep.
Yep, he was a big tour guy. That's a real good point, Dustin. He was there.
Yeah.
Made two teams, two South Texas Match Play Challenge teams, and he was one of the first dudes there every day and one of the last dudes to leave every tournament. Really good dude. Masters champion. Oh, Brad Huey.
Boy.
Brad
Brad
Huey.
Huey.
Brad Huey. His girlfriend, now wife, was so happy that day. She was taking pictures of him the whole weekend. That was a really cool weekend for him. Brad Huey. This is 2019 now, is that correct?
2000,
No, 20.
2020.
2020.
Yeah,
2020.
2020. That was his first year on tour. Yeah, he came in with a bang. Brad Huey won.
That was our first tournament back from pandemic, right?
Won the San Pedro match play, net champion at BRAC. So good spring season for Brad there.
I think Dustin's right. I think we went San Pedro match play,
did.
and then
He beat me in the San Pedro. He beat me.
and then like
You're unbeatable.
Wow.
But that's your tournament. The San Pedro match play is your tournament.
he hasn't lost since then. And
Dustin Hassan San Pedro match play tournament.
Oh.
and I
Oh, there
think
you go.
I
And
think
should
Jason
be-
is right. This is the first tournament back after our quarantine pandemic shut down for a couple months. Oh,
Bart.
there we go.
Oh, there's
Bart
Bart.
Wilson.
Yeah, look at that photo. What a great photo.
Oh, Bart,
Yep.
Bart Wilson, family dude, super good golfer, super great guy. He was a big supporter.
Really nice
He is
guy.
really nice, a big supporter of the tour. Was really good that weekend to Jerry Mulder and Mr. Reuter, and really acknowledged the sponsorship as part of the Masters winner. He I don't have the picture, but if he's watching, maybe he can send it or put it in the comments. I don't know if that's possible either. He wore the Masters jacket through the drive-through somewhere and snapped a selfie of it driving through the
That's
drive-through.
awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Great picture. Great picture there to celebrate with your family. Probably top of the world right there.
Yeah, super fun, super good time.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Diamond.
Brett Diamond, rocking the Masters jacket, looking good in the Tilly hat.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Not
love
Brett-
the new
not Brett
Breckenridge
Tilley.
flags. I love the new Breckenridge flags.
Yeah, that looks super sharp.
You know, trying to get one for my office.
Oh, and
It's
now
in the
we're
works.
up to defending champion Stephen
20,
Evans.
21, 22.
Clean cut. Stephen Evans. Clean.
Look
cut.
at how short that
Yeah,
hair
that's
is.
No.
pre long.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wait
he
till we
almost-
get to
he
the-
faded up.
Wait till we get to this interview. That's the first thing I said to him was, I'm like, you're a beard away from looking like a very sick Casey Graham.
Oh my goodness! Can we
I
see?
love the analogy.
Can
Whoa.
we see? Can we see the net winner from last year, and then we'll go
Brett
into
Diamond?
the. Oh, Brett Diamond. I'm sorry, Brett Diamond was last year. I thought Brett Diamond was 2 years ago. Brett Diamond was last year. He's not going to be here to defend. Yes, I'm sorry. That's right. So Brett Diamond defending net champion, Steven Evans defending gross champion, and I believe we have an interview. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you, MD. Courtesy of MD. Are we ready?
All right, we are ready. Let's hear
go.
let's hear what MD and Steven had to talk about.
Absolutely, and obviously coming off a year in general that was great, and I mean you've continued that trend. I think in everyone's mind when it comes to any event, if Steven Evans is playing, that's the guy we're watching for.
Right.
Obviously now, you know, the big news is, hey, we changed from Brackenridge to Olmos Basin. I know, you know, I think everyone kind of had you in mind as potentially taking that course record a couple of weeks ago. I know you were disappointed with not earning that spot, but obviously we're back at Olmos, a chance to potentially defend the championship and find a way to grab that scoring record. How does the preparation look going into this week and kind of getting ready for this versus just a regular tournament?
Well, slightly disappointed we couldn't play at Barak. You know, preparing for the Masters at Barak is a lot different to preparing for the Masters at Olmos.
Absolutely.
At Barak, you know, literally a few days before they announced that it was changing, you know, I was there practicing my wedge play, you know, because if you're playing around Barak, you know, 8, 9, 10 of the holes, you've got a wedge in your hand. You know, so now going to Olmos, you know, okay, there's still a few short holes. At Olmos, I struggled on the greens. I had no confidence. So, you know, that changes the preparation in terms of, you know, round Barak is, you know, wedge in your hand. But, you know, Olmos, and knowing Travis, you know, with it being the Masters, he's gonna tip a few of the holes, and we're gonna have longer shots into the greens. So it's gonna be a more all-around test of the game at Olmos. Whereas at Barak,
Any of those holes out on the golf course that you consider like your favorite, or what's your favorite look when you're out there on the golf course that you kind of walk out there and you say, you know what, this stretch of holes or this hole in particular is my favorite. This is the one I'm ready to go get my score where I want it.
but my favorite hole, funny enough, considering after they've redid it, which I've scored well on, is the third. I think I birdied it last weekend. And I think in like 3 of the 4 times I've played it beforehand, I birdied it, and that's a tough hole. You know, it's you know, it was we play it from the back. It's 220. You know, and you know, I seem to have gotten well on that hole. But in terms of the stretch of holes I like, it's more than likely, I'd say 12, 13, 14. That little corner there before you get to the tough 15th.
You're
You
a
know,
competitor, man. You win events. You show up every weekend. You know, you're someone that, you know, I think not only do people really respect just because you're a great golfer and a great person, but you know, for the guys that, you know, are new to the tour or that are new to competition that are getting out there, you know, what would you kind of say is kind of, you know, maybe one of the best kind of qualities to have to kind of put yourself in a position to come play on tour and play in a competitive environment, whether it's something to do with the mentality or the practice, or, you know, what do you think new players or people that, you know, want to be, you know, up there in those point standings down the road, what do they need to do to get in that kind of position?
practice. So for me, that is, you know, number one is you know, to be winning, you know, and to be up there, you know, and to better yourself, you know, you have to practice. You know, like I grew up, you know, me, my brother, all my friends, we'd practice for hours. But even someone now that's getting into the game, you know, like just say they may be, you know, a beginner and they want to come on tour, you know, you want to practice, you know, you want to go take advantage of San Pedro and the driving ranges that we have, you know, go out there, practice, you know, get lessons from an instructor, but practice is, then the old saying is practice makes perfect.
I'm excited to see what you do, potentially being the only player to hold the Masters Champions defending title at 2 separate golf courses.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a great weekend. Wish you the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing how it goes, man.
Yes, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, again, appreciate you joining us. We'll let you go, get back to it, get some practice in, and we will see you bright and early on Saturday, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Great job, MD.
Great
Yeah.
editing,
Yeah.
MD, and man, his hair is so good right now, and just
It looks fantastic.
just the way he says 13 and 14, it's so great.
That
Oh
is-
my
It
goodness.
was supposed to be a 10-minute thing, and we talked for like 40 minutes, and I told him, I'm like, honestly, I just wanted to hear the accent. I'm like, I just got lost in it.
Well, MD sends me a 30-minute video, and so I had to chop it down to 4. I was like this 30 minutes. I was like, MD. I was like, damn, this guy. I was like, come on, dude.
Succinct here.
I was
I
like,
I thought you were
I
gonna
have-
play the other one first. That's the one you gotta show. I like that.
that was like 30 minutes, and I said, no,
I
hold
got
on.
2
There's a
for
lot
you.
of blank space. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
I got you, MD. I got you, bro.
I have a couple comments from the Stephen Evans interview. Preparation, practicing, make practice fun.
Yes.
Make practice fun. He said he was out there practicing for hours with his brothers. That is how you get better. Practice, practice, practice. And then he made a comment about seeing an instructor. The best golfers in the world see instructors every day. Right?
I got Travis, so that's why I'm so good.
Eh,
Yeah, I mean, I got Travis.
Ray Garza on Par Golf.
it's okay.
Right there. Out of Mission
Some people have me on retainer. It's okay.
Yes.
It's part of
Trav, fix me. I'm not
it's
playing.
part
around.
of the it's part of the sponsorship program. I get texts and videos from Sean Sexton all the time, so it's worked into the sponsor package.
So guys, we have a special guest here that wants to talk about the PC Masters and his playoff loss to John Zonka.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Welcome,
John
P.
Tonka,
Diddy.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Wow, Patrick DeCosimo makes
that a
his
model?
virgin appearance.
Is that a model right there?
This is my Stephen Evans beanie. For those who know
That is
how much
Dustin.
he loves a good
Wear
beanie.
it when it's warm out, so you're matching.
Dustin Hassan, that is exactly the look that I want you to be going for when you're walking into the Whistling Straits clubhouse in 2 weeks. Headphones on, glasses on. It's
very
just
cash. I love it.
Yeah.
Sunglasses on. Don't look at the camera. Just walk by.
just walk by. You don't know if you're just out for a stroll along the lake or going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, you don't know.
Or going to an Abercrombie model shoot. You don't know, right?
Yes.
It's a GQ shoot.
So it is
We're
the
grown-ups.
special edition Masters Week. Patrick, I know it was a bunch of years ago. Can you walk us through a little bit of that playoff with John Zonka at Brackenridge Park?
Yeah, I think initially it wasn't just me and Zonka, right? There was a couple other guys. Or was it just me and him? I can't remember. On the
I
first
have it
hole.
here that it was a 5-hole playoff.
It
It was a 5-hole playoff, and I birdied the first hole. He made a par.
net birdie. It was we're talking we're in a playoff for the
yeah.
net jacket, right?
The
This is the net side of the jacket.
Yeah. So, I think I had played fairly decent. Lost a few strokes gross or whatever. We get in the playoff, birdie the first hole. I'm like, oh yeah. And then I think Zonka made like a 10-footer.
Like
par.
he made a big putt on the second hole too, right?
Yeah. So I stuffed it on 2 to like 5 feet. Missed the little birdie putt and make the par putt. I'm feeling good because he's got like a.
He's in the bunker. He hit into the bunker and hacked
hit
it
in the
out to
bunker,
the back of the green.
Hacked it out.
Oh
had
my
like a
goodness, I could see it like it was
40
yesterday.
40 foot. I mean, downhill, putt, and just jars it. I mean, it's just the back of the cup. It's just, and I'm just like,
Damn, that's gotta
He's
be.
just like,
oh
dude,
man.
You're telling
just
me
knife
people
to the
have a
heart.
tendency to make putts against you in playoffs.
Oh,
That's what you're telling me.
it was tingly. And then, and then I think same thing. I birdie 3, and he scrambled for a par. I think it was a nice, just, fairway green in regulation par for Zonka. And then 4, 4, I remember I pulled my drive. I think I hit an iron off the tee, hit into that left bunker. And I had a terrible lie kind of up against the face. I just hit I hit a perfect like P wedge, got it onto the green. And then I think he went bogey. I made par, and we moved on to 5. And then 5, we go par. He's par net birdie, and I lose. So
damn.
and it was just like
reverse flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You still won first flight.
Yeah.
First flight.
You're
Was
still
I
in
in
the
first
graphic.
Yeah, I was first.
Yes. Yes.
all right.
I'm trying to find. I am trying to find the full results because I want to see if it was more than a 2-way playoff.
Yeah, I for some reason I'm imagining more people there, but I can't. Maybe I'm confusing.
I remember the putt. I remember the putt on hole number 2 that John Zonka made.
It was just
the flag was front left. The flag was front left.
And it was like a double breaker. Yeah, he was like from the other side.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it hurt. But it was fun. It was fun. There was like a crowd, it was the Masters. I think that was right around when this tournament started really kind of also gaining steam. That was what, 17? Is that when it was?
17. Yeah, 17.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find the full results.
There was another playoff you recently had.
Yeah. We had a good one. Playing the Texas AM qualifier out at Valor.
This is last week.
Last Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. And there he is. Oh. Look at that.
Oh.
Up on me. Oh.
They're all here.
Thank God we have the professional pack that allows us to have more than 6 people on the show.
Well, it's nice to know that the extra cash the tour is paying is being put to good use, I guess.
It's an extra feature. Did you see that in the newsletter, Birdie?
I did, yeah. I know what we got, Andy.
All right, guys. So I want to hear. Okay, so how many holes did y'all go? Because we had Doc, Doc and Sando, and qualifying for the Texas Am, right? Take us through it.
Well, I mean, I'll give a brief summary of my day. I teed off. I got the good draw. First of all, let's make that clear. I teed off like at 8 in the morning and hung on all day.
Light wind.
Yeah, and lesser wind.
Lesser wind.
And shot one over, and Patrick had a bad draw, like what, third to last group or something like that.
Yeah, I was third last group. Yeah,
and also shot one over, and so we hung out for a while and figured out we were in a playoff. We started with there's 4 of us.
So and one guy didn't show up, so there's 5, but then like one guy had already left.
Yeah, and so 2 other guys bogey, and then it's just Doc and I, and so we kind of look at each other and we start laughing, and I think we had a great time. Like, it was almost the same feeling that we had when we play like casually. Like, there was very little more, like there was not much more intensity than that. And then we played 2. Doc had a really good up and down, and then we played 3. We waited in the fairway for 20 minutes.
Oh, it was horrible.
Because there's a playoff ahead of us that was like it was a train wreck. And so Doc and I literally like were laughing. Like, we took a picture in the middle of the fairway on the 3rd playoff hole to like send everybody. And then we parred holes 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'll let Doc take it from there.
Yeah. So all those pars were. I mean, Sando was getting up and down from everywhere. We came into. So first off, what is it?
This is Valor Creek, by the way. We're
Valor Creek 3. 2's a little short par 4. 3's a super hard uphill. 480 into the wind uphill, skinny par 4. We actually both made a disaster that hole. So we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. We tied it. We'll
par on the scorecard. It's fine.
We tied it. And then next hole is the par 5. Nothing really happened there. And then the par 3, Sando just airmails the green. What hole is that, 6?
Like, it was hole 5. I hit a home run. He's like
Yeah.
a 300,
And
400
I'm
yards
like,
foot home run.
I think I had the same club in my hand. I was like, okay, that's not going to happen. So I had a 7. I went back to an 8, and I stuffed it to like 6 feet.
Yeah.
And I just didn't make the putt. And then Sando hits this like kind of floppy kind of floater shot that just kind of lands soft and dribbles a couple feet past the hole, and then makes like a 4 or 5 footer for the par.
For everybody just tuning in, this is Jason Sandoval and Patrick DeCosimo in the Texas Amateur Qualifier, talking about a playoff that they had this past Saturday. 8-hole playoff. You are now standing on the 8th tee box.
All right, 8th tee box. Now we're here. We both had good drives. I smoked one, I think, 30 yards past Sando.
Yeah.
So I had
Casually.
and this is a par 5, and it was blowing hard downwind. I think, what'd you hit from where you were?
I hit a 7-iron about as like a chip 7-iron. It was meant to go like 175 maybe.
So pin's like front right. It's this like green that runs kind of front to back, but you're going downhill. So then it's kind of got a little upslope on the back, and the pin was in the front. So you landed at like what, 5 yards short of the green and bounced on up?
Yeah, probably less, or probably more, probably like 10 yards short.
And I think I had 140, and I hit a P wedge. That same thing, kind of landed it short. My ball's left. Yours was probably like 10 feet away. Mine was like 13, 14 feet away.
Yeah.
So I hit my putt first for eagle on this par 5. Just kind of miss low right, and tap in for birdie or whatever. Sando's locked in. I see it in his face, and I'm just like,
he has an eagle putt. He's got an eagle putt.
I'm like,
an
it's
eagle
over.
putt to win. This is an eagle putt to
win. Go, trying to get a spot in the Texas Am. Sando center cup, drains it, confident, beautiful, and it's like we're good best friends, golf friends, however you want to phrase it, and it's the best moment of golf for me in terms of it's having that happiness for somebody else, but also just losing, but not really being super competitive. I'm a very competitive person. Y'all have seen it.
So that's a great point, and that's a great question. So this is a state level qualifier for a state level tournament.
Right.
Talk about the comparison on how your time on tour prepared you for an 8-hole playoff. How did playing tournament golf week in and week out on the tour prepare you for state level competition?
Sure. There you go, Jason.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I didn't start playing the trail until 2019. And those were the first organized tournaments I played at any level. And so, like, I can credit the trail tour with 100% of that and 110% of being ready. And, like, Travis, Bird, Dustin, MD, Doc, like, all those people playing against them, got me ready for that. And I would not have the confidence to, like, sign up for one of those if it wasn't for, playing in a trail and understanding how to hold yourself in a tournament. So I think, like, it is 100% the reason why we had the confidence, and we all signed up to play in the Texas mid-amateur as well, and the U.S. mid-amateur as well. So,
in the words of Travis, unteachable moments got you prepared.
Unteachable moments.
Well,
that's right.
I would like to say this. I'm very proud of this one because of the unteachable moment I had on the first tee at Olmos Basin last time we played there. So I don't want to tell that story again. I don't want to relive that moment again. I just want to make it clear that without that it was a big comeback for your boy. Big comeback for your boy. To go from an 83 at Olmos to like a plus 173, like under the gun, like you have to shoot plus 1 or better. That was a big deal. But it's a
awesome.
bounce back, and you learn that playing tournament golf. You have bad ones, you have good ones.
Yep. Absolutely.
Tour level golf for the amateur, for the
elite amateur
golf.
I'm
not.
You know what? It's an elite amateur tour, but when I played, I'm not the elite amateur. I mean, it's guys like Sando,
No.
Doc,
TFG baby, third flight great.
Third flight great.
Third flight great, baby. Fifth flight lives matter.
Well, thank you, Doc, for being on and giving us giving us your time, man. Giving us your time and reliving that horrific moment. But that you had a blast in.
And Doc, can we see you this weekend at Olmos Basin in the Masters? Will you be there in champ flight?
I'm here. I'm there.
Oh,
Boom.
With baby in tow, following around.
We'll see. She might make an appearance.
That would be terrific.
Palmer.
She needs it for her Instagram.
And we know that Jason Sandoval will be there, hoping
Yeah.
for better results on the first tee.
Yep, of course.
Well, let's thank you guys so much for being on, talking to us about your big playoff. Congratulations, Jason and Patrick. That makes you first alternate, right?
No, I'm out. So I'll be. I think I'm going to do last chance qualifying, which is in Houston, June 6th.
Okay, well, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Let's kick Jason Sandoval back to the backstage room, and you cue him up when you're ready.
Oh, what time is it?
Oh, it's there already. It's there. Is it there? We kicked them out, but you know what time it is?
I mean,
it is officially time for On the Clock with Jason Sandoval with your weekly pace of play tip. Here he is, folks, Jason Sandoval.
Let's go. All right,
Jason Sandoval, thanks for coming back on. It's been such a while since we've seen you. We've got a 2-day, 36-hole stroke play competition at one of the more difficult golf courses. What is your pace of play tip for this week's On the Clock with Jason Sandoval?
Yep, so pace of play tip, and this one's a good one throughout the summer. I think we're going to see a lot less people walking out there. We're going to see a lot more carts being taken, so we just want to focus and highlight on just cart etiquette to save some time. So, basically, unless you're searching for a ball, if you're driving, or if you're riding, you should be dropping off your, cart partner at their ball, getting them set up for their shot, and then you should be driving over to yours. That's the most simplest way to put it. And then, dropping off, taking wedges up to the green, and having someone drive off, basically keeping everything kind of moving with the cart with you and your partner. What we would not want is for someone to drive over to their ball, sit in the fairway, hit, clean your club. Yes, partner, clean your club, fill the divot, and then drive, just across the fairway, do the whole thing again. We want both guys ready to hit.
Awareness when it's not your turn. Yeah, it's easy to get caught watching golf in a golf cart. Yeah, awareness when it's not your turn. And you mentioned take a couple clubs with you.
Yeah.
And that holds true as well after the shot. You hit your shot, it's on the green, grab your putter and walk up while the other partner, technical term, is hitting. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing like walking 60 or 70 yards down the fairway with your putter. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, great feeling. Yeah, so we just want to see a lot of that this weekend. I think the pins might be in some trickier spots, so we'll be looking at pace of play closely this weekend.
I think the back nine on Sunday is going to be pretty fun.
Sweet.
Yeah,
So
Sando, why are you still on my thunder, man? I had one question written down, and this was it.
Well, we'll come back to that. We'll come back. This is just a tease.
Yeah, just a tease. So we want to see a bunch of that out there this weekend. Help everybody out.
All right, and that is On the Clock with Sando right there on the clock.
That's right. 2 thumbs up from Jason Sando. That's what we want.
And we're out.
Jason Sandoval, thanks for being on the show tonight. That was this week's On the Clock.
DH, we're walking again, right?
Sure, MD.
I'll tell you what, I like
2 weeks ago.
I like the Bad Boys music in the background when Marshall Jason Sandoval rolled in for On the Clock. I like that.
Like we need to get him like a little squad car siren.
We have to be careful per streaming guidelines. We have to be careful.
Yeah, it'll pick up on that. That algorithm will catch that tune, and it'll shut the live stream down.
Hey, from prior knowledge.
That's a week one lesson, right?
Yes,
there.
that is a week one unteachable moment. That is correct. But no, big shout out to all the ambassadors for their weekly help, week in and week out. The ambassadors are there helping execute ACGT tour events and enhancing the experience. We've got 2 ambassadors on the show with us tonight, Dustin, Hassan, and MD Mike DerManuelian. Mike's in charge of the new media relations division. He's going to be shooting all those awesome videos and bringing you player content. And Dustin is the chief people person. He's the glue who holds the scoring area together and tells Casey what to do all day. That's great.
Yes.
We need more people like that.
I agree.
Tell Casey what to do.
And
It's hard to wrangle in sometimes.
Continuing to shout out ambassadors, Micah and Greg, the starters, and Stephen Evans, marshals after every event, Sandoval, marshals after every event, Sean Vidal. And Andy, you got time to shout out the sponsors?
Yes, I do. Yes, let's go ahead and let's bring them on. We got several of our sponsors out here. All right. We got Goosehead Insurance, the Sean Sexton Agency. For any of your financial insurance needs, please hit up Sexton Agency, Goosehead Insurance. He is the 2022 presenting sponsor for the ACGT Tour Series. And we have thank you to Ricky Ho and Elevated Logistics, same-day delivery, leaders in Texas. And speaking with Rick, he puts his personal stamp of approval on that anything you needed delivered, courier service, same day, he'll guarantee it. And thank you so much to the Cake Place and More with Laura Lewis. She does the presenting cookies, the tournament, the champion cookies. Not only do they look great, taste great, she always has an awesome design. Thank you to all of our sponsors.
And that go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I wanted to give a shout out to Ricky Ho. We, after our call last night, for those who are participating in the Olmos City Golf Tour Travels event, he actually shot me a message saying, hey, I'm not going to be on the call. I'm in the middle of dropping off a hot shot right now. That's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. The man's out there working and grinding. So shout out to Ricky Ho.
That's right. That's right.
You, when I grow up, I want to be like Ricky Ho. I really do.
That's really important to me that you guys can reach the sponsors' business. Sean Sexton, Goosehead Insurance, the Sexton Agency. There are QR codes all over the place. You can get right to his insurance agency, request a free quote, use those QR codes you see, and when you call that number on the screen, Rick picks up the phone. Yeah, it's great. Rick answers the phone, and he's like, elevated. Yeah, it's great. And Rick answers the phone.
But the thing is that's so funny is that they do what they say they're gonna. They do what they say they can do.
Heck
and
yeah.
And they're quality people. That's what I'm not gonna say I find that funny, but like realistically, that's a lot of people are a lot of fluff, but these people, they do what they say they can do. Laura Lewis, she can make any cookie designs. She says she's not sure, but you know what? She really can.
It's artwork. I mean, it's artistry. I mean, it's awesome. The Cake Place and More, find them on Facebook. Laura Lewis and Sean Vidal, awesome sponsors. Sean Sexton, Goosehead Insurance, the main presenting sponsor, awesome, super engaged, awesome sponsors this year. Those 2 guys are sponsoring the ACGT Tour Travels trip this year, which is only 10 days away. So oh my goodness, it's so exciting. We're going to have tons of video content live from Kohler, Wisconsin in a couple weeks. We've got a podcast to talk about from Kohler, Wisconsin. But before we get there, we've got Masters to continue talking about. Dustin, number 1 in point standings. This bullet point is on MD's list. He wants to talk about Dustin's preparation for the Masters because he's number 1. MD, take it away.
I mean, first off, no one's really talked about DH's amazingness in a couple of weeks. He's fading from the podcast. I feel it. I want to bring him back in. So I figured let's have a DH themed kind of discussion here. So obviously, I had a chance to talk to Stephen Evans. I don't know if the other video was there to show at some point here, but So part of the conversation obviously was, okay, we're used to going out to Brack. We kind of know what to expect there. We know our kind of preparation. When it comes to looking at Olmos Basin, you've had a few rounds there now. You and I've gotten to play there together. How does that prep look to you now, week before you're playing Brack for practice, but now we're at Olmos? What are you practicing, or what are your thoughts going into Olmos preparation?
Well, Stephen Evans made a very good point. If going into Brack, it's a lot of driver wedges, 3-wood wedges, iron wedges, as your second shots into the green. Completely different at Olmos. I'm not one of the longer hitters on tour, so I'm going to have some more mid irons than anything into green, some long irons. And so the preparation does change. I mean, I'm a lot more comfortable with a wedge in my hand, a sand wedge in my hand, a 9-iron in my hand, and you put a 6-iron in my hand, a 7-iron in my hand, it gets a little bit, I got to focus a little more. So the preparation does change. You're really focusing on those mid irons. And I think that now having 2 rounds, I literally played almost 2 times since it's reopened. The first time I kind of, trying to get a feel for it, but really just kind of walking the course, learning the course. The tournament a couple weeks ago gets me a tournament round under my belt there. So now I kind of feel a little bit more in sync. I'll be a little bit more in the zone. I'll probably take a little bit, maybe some more chances than I did during the tournament a couple weeks ago, only because that additional round, I think, just helps me. But the preparation is going to be really focusing on those second shots, those approach shots, those mid irons, really kind of playing the course, playing that first hop. You got a little bit more course knowledge now. That first hop's going to be a little bit more firm. So those are things you have to prepare for. So and not only prepare for it, but when you're playing the course and you're playing during the tournament round, really staying in the moment, you can easily get away from that, and you play to a yardage, what's the flag, and forget about, maybe I got to back it up a little bit. I got to play that first hop. That did not come into my mind 2 weeks ago at Olmos. I can guarantee you it will this last round, especially 2 days going into Olmos. What do they say about a 2-day tournament, Trav? You can't win it on Saturday.
You can't win it on Saturday, but you sure can lose it. You betcha. I was just thinking the same thing.
You got to kind of keep that in mind too. While you want to be aggressive, you don't want to be that aggressive on Saturday. You want to give yourself some opportunities, but you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament on Saturday. So those are kind of things I'm going to be looking at, really focusing on that. Those approach shots, that first hop. See how the cards fall.
DH and MD, y'all did state to me after your round at Olmos that you made a big mistake in walking. Like you said, after the front 9, y'all really should have gone. Y'all really should have got a cart. Mistake. So like y'all were joking about earlier. So what's the deal? Are you walking? Are you
we split a 6-pack in the turn.
Are you walking?
No,
or are you
I'm pretty sure. You know what? It's as much as I curse walking in that heat, I'm not 100% convinced I'm riding, but I'm leaning towards riding. Chances are I'll be in a cart Saturday and Sunday for that final event of the spring season.
I'm still going to be game time decision on it.
Ooh.
I do enjoy. I enjoy the walk. I enjoy just the nice stroll. I think it might come down to who I'm paired with. So anyone who gets paired with me on Saturday, prepare to be potentially offended if I don't ride with you.
Ooh,
but I know it's not you.
Okay.
The chances of walking on Sunday are a lot better than they are on Saturday.
I would,
and
if
the score is better on Saturday,
yeah,
the more likeliness of walking on Sunday comes into play because your focus will change. Yes. 100%. For everyone just tuning in, it is Tuesday night. This is episode 11 of the ACGT Tour Power Hour, the Masters edition. We are here with Jason Bird, Dustin Hassan, Mike DerManuelian, and your host with NothingisOB, South Texas Golf Podcast, Andy Torres. Tune into his show on Thursday nights. Thursday night this week, you threw us off guard last week with a same night
Tuesday?
show.
What Tuesday? I had to have it. I had to have it because Cameron Carrion, they had the NCAA regionals that Wednesday, right? So, and who would have known? Who would have known? She qualified as an individual. She qualified.
Yeah, absolutely, she did.
this Thursday, I was going to have her head coach, Summer Batista, for the UTSA women's golf team, head coach. But they're there in Arizona at Greyhawk right now prepping because I think they're going to play, or I don't know exactly when. I haven't even looked at the dates, but they're there right now. They're prepping for it. I was super proud, and I said, you know what? Maybe it's because she was on the show. It gave her some good mojo going into her individual round.
Did they move like all the NCAAs to Greyhawk? Weren't they there like last year and the year before?
I think that's some important mojo for Andy coming off, maybe the couple interviews in Austin that maybe didn't go so well.
Well, I know there's good stuff. There's good stuff. You know, there's some good stuff. They went great. And you know what? I'm going to have Casey Carnes on the show this week.
I think that's great. So tune into that show. You can find a link to Andy's Thursday night show, NothingisOB podcast, from the ACGT Tour Facebook page. This is the ACGT Tour Masters Edition. This is one of my favorite events. So much happens this week. A Masters champion gross, a Masters champion net. So 2 names on the jacket. The top 50 get invited to the playoffs. And there's 3 people on Sunday that will be on this year's South Texas Match Play Challenge team.
We already know one of them.
As long as he finishes correct. As long as he turns in a scorecard, completed scorecard, correct?
Dustin Hassan needs to turn in a scorecard each day and avoid a disqualification penalty.
I mean, let's be real. Even if he got 0 points from that tournament, his chance of qualifying is still north of 97%.
I agree. It's up there, but we're not talking probable. We're talking possible. And those are 2 different things.
I'm saying Dustin could take the weekend off. He'd be fine.
That's true. That is true.
Don't count on it, bro.
Don't count on it.
Just come with me to Oklahoma, bro. We'll have fun.
Unless you're inviting me with you, Bird.
Yeah, we'll go hit up Karsten Creek, you and me.
Okay. But again, I think the cool thing about this weekend, obviously Hassan, fairly, let's call it locked. You got a bunch of previous Masters champions playing. You've got we were at almost 2 weeks ago. We had a new course record. Very likely we're walking away Saturday, Sunday, potentially with another new course record. We're going to see
potentially two. I mean, we could see course record on Saturday. We could see course record on Sunday. How cool is that?
I'm curious to see the return of A-Flow. There's a lot
of people who are maybe frustrated that they didn't pull off that feat last week or 2 weeks ago, that are looking for redemption, and we've got some guys who haven't played it yet that are looking to stamp their name on the card.
There is still 1 spot available. Is that accurate information still, Jason Bird? There is 1 spot available, or is that gone now?
Andy Torres makes 1 spot left because we had another withdrawal during this broadcast.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so we've got 1 event left.
One left.
To answer a question in the comments there. It is still open for registration. Registration officially closes at 5 p.m. tomorrow, and then the first notice to players will come out before Thursday evening. So you guys will know flights and tee times Thursday if it sells out and goes all the way to the registration window at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. So tee times no later than Thursday p.m. For a Saturday 10:30 a.m. tee time start, round 1 of the PC Masters.
And that is why pace of play is going to be more important than
10:30.
Yep, 10:30. We want those sunset 2-day times. It's great. And the course is much it was in good shape 2 weeks ago, but the greens are much faster right now. And what we did, there we go. Look, I am reading Will Griffin's mind today.
I was like, did Travis just read that comment before?
No, I am spam. We are locked in. Those greens are about 3 feet faster, as the reports that we're getting from the Birdman, playing Olmos Basin 6 times last week, Wednesday.
Preparation for nothing.
And 2 to 3 feet faster. There we are. Jason Bird multitasking. Not only is he on the podcast, he's commenting on the podcast as well.
My new work headquarters is literally a 2-minute drive from Olmos. So Brack's
This is
out,
real
Olmos
important.
is in, boys.
Woo. The tides have shifted, huh? The tides have shifted to Olmos.
I mean,
It's so good. It's so good. Yes, the greens are faster, and in reference to pace of play, we shrunk the field from the Olmos Basin event a couple weeks ago. We cut almost 30 minutes of tee times off and increased spacing and added spacing in between flights. That pace of play is super important to us, and that spacing is really important, especially in a 2-day major. We gained some sunlight, moved 2 weeks later into the year, so we gained a couple minutes of sunlight. And I believe we have a positive weather forecast. I saw highs in the 80s only. Is that correct, Jason Bird?
Oh, great.
Ooh,
possible.
That's
I mean,
that's brisk.
that might be too hot for Dustin to walk, though. I mean, I
Oh
don't know.
no! Listen,
I heard a lot of whining coming from Hondo over there.
I think it was 102 that day. I mean, what the hell? 102. 102
These guys-
muggy.
I saw him in the
Jesus.
scoring. These guys were gassed. These guys had nothing.
Yeah, we
They
were.
had
I mean,
nothing.
I wasn't holding back. I was blaming MD all day.
Like just walking down
Well,
there.
this is-
God damn it, MD. Why did you talk me into walking? 15 hole. Why did you talk me into
Do
walking?
we have any Masters questions from the comments that we want to talk about before we go around the horn here?
Well, one thing I had is that now as we have a bunch of guys coming out especially for the PC Masters, it being a big tournament. Does that as we crown 3 people for the South Texas Match Play Challenge team, is there anything else that I guess comes up for guys that have played out here before? Is there anything else that comes up where some old grudge matches? Like, is there anything else that comes out of a big tournament like this?
I think the Masters and the name on the jacket is so unique and so cool that there's nothing quite like winning the Masters. It's the first real major of the year. It ends the season. That's the way our majors end the seasons, right? So it's just you closed out the season. It's a 2-day stroke play tournament. That's the only 2-day stroke play tournament on the calendar season, and so many points.
Possible 300 points up for grabs.
And it wraps it. It's so good. I love it.
And he just it's really like etching your name in ACGT Tour history, right?
I mean, let's look at from 6 or 7 years ago. Patrick DeCosimo can jump on in a moment's notice and walk you through shot by shot from 8 years ago. I mean, that's so cool, and it's such a great tournament. I love the Masters jacket is the trophy. I think that's super neat.
I got a great question from Ray King, who I played with at Almost at the last ACGT Tour event. Great golfer, South Texas Match Play Challenge 2021 team member right here. Right. And I'm curious too. I'm glad he said this. How does the leaderboard work for this event? How is a net and a gross champion crowned?
Okay, so that's a great question. In our 2-day tournaments, it's round 1 plus round 2, correct? The winners of the names on the jacket, which is what we're talking about, can come from any flight. And if you win the tournament gross, you come out of the flight you were in. You don't win any of your flight stuff, and you win from the winner's purse. And it's separate points. You come out of your flight, your name's on the jacket, you won the whole field tournament. Everybody from your flight bumps up a spot because you're no longer in the flight.
Is that almost like, I guess, is it like a differential or what?
No, it's straight winner. You're straight winning. And then the net can come from any flight as well, right? There was one Masters tournament several years ago where first flight only lost to champ flight by 1 stroke. I mean, it was so close. It was awesome. But the net winner can come from any flight as well. Normally comes from the higher handicap flight, but Dustin Weldon has won the PC Open before, a net champion out of
Huey
champ
came
flight.
out of first flight.
Brad Huey was a first
flighter. Right. So that net winner can come from any flight. from the 2-day tournament, and they will come out of that flight as the tournament winner for this event. Names on the jacket, tournament winners.
Travis, will Golf Genius be representing, obviously by flight, but will it look at the net and gross as a whole?
It will. The leaderboard will be there. Yes, 100%. Yes, Dan. We talked about that quite a bit. Yeah, showed his picture before. Yep. Absolutely.
We did talk about him. He represented.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace. All right, Jeremy's got a great question right here.
Oh, hold on one second. Let me wrap up MD's question. Yes, the gross and net full field leaderboard will be posted on Golf Genius along with each flight's gross and net leaderboard. However, the point standings will not work within Golf Genius because Golf Genius can't remove somebody from the flight. So this is one of those tournaments that we manually do at the leaderboard with the tournament champions for each flight.
So Travis, would you say that we have to really follow along, maybe along the Facebook, along the webpage, along the site? ACGT,
absolutely.
Golf, so we can get those constant updates?
Yes, 100%. Facebook page is the best place to get those up-to-the-minute results, especially when it comes to scoring and player interviews and player content, that type of stuff. But I encourage everybody, especially for the 2-day tournaments, where we reverse the flights for round 2. So the leaders of the tournament tee off last on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
So I encourage everybody to stay around. The bigger the gallery around the 17th and 18th hole as Champ Flight is finishing on Sunday, that's just a unique, awesome feeling that you can only get if other flights hang out and wait.
And at Olmos,
you know what I
gather
cool?
Right there at 18 green, 17 tee box.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I think that, we're changing courses. We're playing at Olmos, but there's a certain level of excitement coming into the final hole, 18 or 36. Really, par 3.
Par 3.
There's water, kind of. There's a little bit of pressure there, but. On the flip side, 18, the 36th hole of the event at Olmos, par 5.
Yeah, you can go get it.
Yeah,
you can go try to get it.
Right? It's a different dynamic.
With the addition of the sand traps there, it kind of makes it a little bit more of a difficult shot, than before the renovation. But I mean, it's there, and you can go and get it. Yeah. And I think that's a good.
And now you add in 40 or 50 people hanging out around that green, hitting in.
Yeah,
that's an awesome dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, 18 at Brack often was who can not hit it in the water and they'll win the tournament. And now it's maybe someone.
Dustin hit it in the water and still qualify for the team.
But now maybe
over bird by 1.
Maybe it's someone
again, birdie, the bridesmaid.
Hey, I'm just saying, maybe it's somebody tied coming down 18, got to make that birdie to win, or they're down 2, got to make that eagle. Now it's someone being aggressive versus defensive. It's a different type of shot.
A lot of intrigue. I
love it. I love it. So yes, to answer your question, Andy, this is one of those tournaments. Stick around. It's super cool when you put the jacket on and there's people clapping and applauding. And the setup at Olmos Basin is super conducive to hanging out. The patio is super comfortable, super fun to be around. The pavilion is super cool to hang out in and be around in. And both of them are right there 50 feet from the 18th green, or at least viewing the 18th green.
I agree with you. I love that patio overlook, that it overlooks the putting green and 18 green right there. So you have a double decker right there. You can have ground level, and then you can have that top level right there.
Yeah, heck yeah.
VIP section, as they say.
I'm super excited for the Masters finish. I can't wait. I love announcing team members. Oh, here we go. Let's get to Jeremy's question.
Okay, yeah.
Help me with the last name. Say the last name for me.
It is Jeremy Jaramillo.
All right, Jeremy Jaramillo. Great question. Let's get some winning score predictions.
Let's see some comments. Everyone viewing at home, what are your winning score predictions? Round 1 plus round 2. We've got Will Griffin in the field. We've got Aaron Flores in the field. We've got Steven Evans. We've got Michael Freeman. We've got Patrick DeCosimo. We've got in first flight Michael DerManuelian. We've got in fourth flight Andy Torres.
Dude,
Threats
We've
everywhere.
got Jeremy
messed up, bro.
Jaramillo.
That's messed up.
And we've got Jason Bird. He plays almost every day now. You know, he fired
a
off
threat
a
for sure this
66 at
weekend,
Brack. You know,
Okay, right here we
I
got
mean, he has
Dan.
the
We got my
potential.
man, my partner, Dan Aguilar.
So 5 under.
A Flow,
That's a good
5
number.
under. A Flow, 5 under.
I don't want to pick the winner, but I think 6 or 7 under wins it.
Well, I mean,
I think 3 under each day is. I mean, you got to think. If I know Travis, it's going to be playing. The pins are going to be a little tougher than they were 2 weeks ago, especially for a Masters, especially for Sunday.
Mhm.
I think if you can fire off a
You
3
take
under,
that.
3 under, that's gonna be put you in pretty good position there.
Is that the case, Travis? Is that the case? Tougher
gonna-
pin placement.
We're gonna need a 5 under to take the scoring record though.
I think that it is going to be 6.5 under
That's the
par
over-under
is the
for you.
line. That's the over-under line for
Okay.
me. 6.5 under, and I believe we will see a new course record.
Would
So
you
saying?
Would you put a 67 on the Saturday pins or the Sunday pins?
I would put the 67 on the Saturday pins. Yes, that
That
is an accurate statement.
No hesitation in that.
I want everyone to know that I am a pace of play golf professional. I haven't always been that way. But I've evolved into a pace of play golf professional. As tournaments have grown in size, and the more and more we want to share that with as many people as possible, pace of play becomes important. However, this is the Masters. That back 9 on Sunday, you are going to have to earn it. I promise.
Is it a tradition unlike any other, or is it a tradition like any other?
It is a tradition that is about to become.
I think it's a new tradition.
All right, we got some scores right here. All right, Doc has got -4. We got Craig 6 under.
What up, Keogh?
Greg
Greg
Keogh.
Keogh?
I played golf with Greg Keogh this weekend, I think.
I watched Greg Keogh play great golf.
You think?
I think that was this weekend, right? That was this weekend?
That
was just a couple days ago? Okay, yes,
What
it's all running together.
was it the golfer formerly known as Greg Keogh? Is that what you're trying to say? Or
No,
what?
it was Greg. Yeah, it was Greg Keogh, myself, Casey Graham, and Mike DerManuelian. We played together this weekend.
We're at.
Man, I don't know if he gets the 6 under.
We're at. Where y'all play?
We played up at Twin Creeks, Mike's club, and 4 under prediction from Ray
From Ray
Kang.
Kang.
I played good. MD played good. Casey Graham played good. Greg Keogh played great.
There you go, Keogh.
Just
Okay, so I'm looking at the top 10 in the point standings. We've got Dustin Hassan, Greg Keogh, Willie Nichols, Steve Evans in 4th, Sean Vidal in 5th, Dustin Weldon in 6th, Jonathan Aiken in 7th. That is a lot of championship flight golfers.
A lot of talent.
Consolidating in the middle of the top 10. So if we're looking at the top 10 and we're looking at the top 3, which if you're in the top 10, you only care about the top 3. There is no prize for 4th. So if you're looking at Dustin Hassan has to just show up and gets a tour spot, we've got to assume that if Steven Evans, Sean Vidal, Dustin Weldon, or Jonathan Aiken win championship flight, that's a team spot.
Yep.
That is a
Steven
team
Evans
spot.
for sure.
And you've got to give Steven Evans, the defending Masters champion, the 5-4 favorite if we're talking about
I agree.
line, right?
I think he's got fire lit under him right now.
I think he wants that course record, and I think it's going to be a really cool pairing up front there. So if we're talking probability now, we're talking there's only one spot. There's 7 other people in that top 10 vying for one spot now. I think there's a ton of compaction. I think it's going to be interesting, and I think it's going to be someone that we're not talking about right now is going to be that 3rd team spot. That is what I'm most excited for on Sunday afternoon, is figuring out who those 2nd and 3rd team spots are, not to jinx anything for you there in the next.
And I think only
6 days.
95 points separates 10 from 2. I mean, it's so close.
I mean,
It's 60 points. It's 60 points.
My dark
60,
horse to get
60 points.
My dark horse to get in the team, because I think he has a favorable draw in flights with less competition to earn the points needed, is Tim DeHoyos.
Tim's been playing solid.
He did have a win 2 weeks ago.
Coming off the win at Olmos Basin.
A one-under back.
He's not going to be in the
Olmos,
champ flight. He can win his flight, get the points needed. Champ flight's going to cannibalize itself. So I think Tim DeHoyos could make a run at it. Could be the dark horse to get to that second or third spot.
Well, I mean, he knows Olmos pretty well, and he shot well. So, you know what? It could happen again. You're right.
I do like that. Tim's currently in 11th place. I clearly, as the tour director and the tour commissioner, I can't root for people. You know, I can sit back and cheer, but I can't root for people. But you know who would be a great addition to the team this year? He's been up on top of the leaderboard all year. Willie Nichols.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I don't think he's been out of the top 3 all season.
DH, I've heard you say his name like every other episode.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Bird can spot check me. He's been in the top 3 since Monster Day.
I saw a great question in the comments there. Will a Masters win qualify for a team spot? The answer there is no, but it will get you an invite to the playoffs automatically. The major winners get an invite to the playoffs automatically, where the greater odds exist for qualifying for the team in final playoff point standings.
I do want to say, Travis, so again, my whole thing, I talked to Steven Evans for a while today. Steven Evans is in 4th place, and that is without a single win this season. Wow. What that speaks to is consistency and playing every event, because that's kind of what that equals.
That is a great point, MD. The point standings are designed to reward participation. The point standings are designed to reward participation and get you into the playoffs. So if you show up week in and week out, get a couple gift cards, get a couple DFLs, get a couple middle of the roads, you're going to make the playoffs. And that's where it's all about, is getting to the playoffs, getting to that cut line.
Giving yourself a chance.
And giving yourself a chance and getting to that top 36 in the Tour Championship, getting in the top 7, competing in the horse race, and going into that first team meeting room in the basement of the Borglum. That's a really cool day too.
And
that's the goal. I think it's getting in the playoffs is key. I think Dan Aguilar came into the playoffs. This was maybe 2 or 3 years ago with 1 point. And if I'm not mistaken, he rolled through the playoffs and earned a spot on the South Texas Match Play Challenge team.
That is correct. So the point standings, the point standings reset for the playoffs. You earn starting playoff point standings based on your finishes in the regular season. That's what Dustin's referencing there. And playing in every event earns you more points, earns you a higher playoff starting percentage. And that could be 1 or 2 points to start the playoffs. But that's the difference between being 72 and 73 in round 3 and then winning round 3 and propelling yourself to the team.
All right. So for those people that don't know, what is the Borglum, or what does it? Say it again.
That's right. The Borglum studio is
right,
that
boy.
first
Yes,
building you get to when you pull into the Brackenridge Park parking lot. It's the building on the left. It's event space available for rent. AlamoCityGolfTrail.com. Meeting spaces and venues. There's a pull down tab there. Lauren will be more than happy to help you. 210-212-7572 is the number to that administrative office.
Lauren's awesome. She's awesome.
The Borglum studio is named after Gutzen Borglum. Here's your fun fact for the night. It's the first time I said fun fact.
One fun fact tonight.
Gutzen Borglum was the artist that designed Mount Rushmore. That is the Borglum studio. Mount Rushmore was sculpted, commissioned, and created in that building in Brackenridge Park.
Wow.
That is a very fun fact.
What state is Mount Rushmore in?
That would be the great state of South Dakota.
Woo! Ding. That is correct.
Right up in the Deadwood spearfish
correct.
area. Oh, thank you so much.
Love it.
It is definitely a state. That's for sure.
Yes, we're not going to go down that road yet. We'll save that for ACGT tour.
Right there. Dan Aguilar.
There he is.
There you go. I played with Dan this past weekend at Riverside. Man, that dude, he can shape some shots. He can.
He always
Yeah.
working the ball.
Shot
It's one
shaper.
way or
He's
the other.
always-
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay.
It ain't fun to hit it straight.
Okay, we're at Riverside, and hold on. 10, 11, 12. We're on 12, the par 5, right? Is 12 the par 5 at Riverside with the water
Yep.
to the
Yeah.
to the left?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The tee boxes we were playing, there's that tree right over the water jug to the right. I mean, it's not looking like it's in anybody's way, right? In anybody's view. I don't know how that tree would come into play. Dan hits it. It's like 15 yards, like
He's
in
got
front
a
of us.
Mike. He's got a Mike DerManuelian hook going on.
He hits it, and the first thing he turns around and says, "I can't hit the ball straight. I can't hit the ball straight."
Well, it's all right. It's all right. Your club face is open and your path is from the inside. It's okay.
Oh man, but I really like playing with Dan. Man, he can work the ball. It's amazing.
And
It's
he's
amazing.
a longtime ACGT tour player. Dan Aguilar used to play with Alan McFarland all the time.
Oh yeah.
Does he still look like a hobo?
No, he's more
no,
big
you know what?
time.
He doesn't look like a hobo, but he looks like he's on the verge of being a hobo.
Okay.
Like he's not there
It's
just
like
yet.
it's
He's
like
still a little clean.
he's teetering on the edge.
Yeah, he's flirting.
Go either way.
All right, Andy, let's go around the horn. Final thoughts on this week's Masters edition leading up to the final event of the 2022 spring season.
All right, let's go. MD, or you want me to go, or do you want?
Yeah, you go. Yeah, you
Okay,
lead us
me-
off.
me-
What's your final thoughts going? And nobody ever asks you questions. Come on, let's ask you some questions.
That's true, and I really thought pace of play was huge because I remember being done when I was done, seeing some of the guys go and really have to work hard to finish that round. And I think when Sando was talking about pace of play, I think it's really important that if guys need to take provisional, take a provisional. Take a provisional to really to help your group out. Because I know I don't like to play quick or slow. I just like for it to be moving. And I know that kind of throws me off when we're looking for a ball for longer than 3 minutes. And so, or when we're on a tee box already teeing off, when two of my other playing partners are still on the previous holes.
Yeah, that's probably not ideal.
So that's what I look at. It's the 10:30 start time. I do love sundown golf. That is beautiful. That is perfect. That is how you should finish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we all want to play. And so I think pace of play is going to be huge this week.
Yep, pace of play is always a focal point, and it's going to be right there.
MD.
I think course is going to be challenging. I think it's going to be set up really well. I'm expecting some fun numbers. I think in general, it's going to be a good time. I do also want to remind everyone, Northern Hills sign up is open as well. We talk about things selling out while we're out here on the air. It
Point
opened up
standings
last week.
reset.
I'm signed up, so everyone else get going.
Point standings reset to start the summer season. Northern Hills 666
We're on to
2-person best ball alternate shot and scramble. Heck yeah.
DH.
I'm looking forward to this final event of the spring season. What a hell of a season it's been. Travis, you've done great putting on these tournaments. I mean, another sellout event basically makes a sellout season.
A sellout
really
season.
just
Heck
kinda
yeah. We've
shows-
never had that. That's
it shows
awesome.
just the growth of amateur golf in San Antonio, what the tour has become, what the tour means to amateur golf in San Antonio. I mean, it's no joke. If you want to test your game, play some competitive golf, see what you're made of, ACGTtour.golf and sign up. We'd love to have you out, but I'm looking forward to it. Always look forward to the Masters. Great tournament, and just what a way to end the spring season.
Birdie.
Well, wise man once told me golf's a 5-hour sport, so enjoy the round, boys.
Damn, man. He gets me going. He gets me going.
I love it.
All this pace and play talk. Come on.
Peace out. What do you got? What do you got as we finish up tonight?
I'm so looking forward to 2-day stroke play. I love it. I can't wait to be out there late Friday evening, marking hole locations, getting ready for the weekend. First notice to players coming out no later than Thursday. 3 team members this weekend, 2 more names on the jacket. I promised to pick up the jacket at the embroiderer on Thursday after lunch.
He promised
to do it. It is going to happen.
Let's promise.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Pinky swear.
You need to get all our embroidery.
Okay, I got a quick announcement. I am out of the PC Masters. Breaking news. I am out.
There are 2 spots open.
3 people.
Well, it was sold out, but Andy created 1 spot. So now
we're back to 1 spot.
left.
Ladies and gentlemen, still watching the podcast, this is exactly why we do not get the notice to players with pairings any earlier than the last possible minute every time, because this happens constantly. How many times since the show has started have we sold out and gotten an opening? 6?
I've had 5 signups and 4 withdrawals in the last hour and 30 minutes.
So that is exactly why we wait as long as we possibly can to send out that first notice to players, because those flights are fluid. Those flights move with every drop ad.
Well, and people don't realize that, Trav, is that once the first one comes out and we make Golf Genius, we make the flights, we don't adjust them.
That's correct.
What ends up happening is somebody gets 18 people and another flight gets 22, you know?
Just remember,
we really try to keep it
you run the risk of putting Hassan in champ flight, and we don't want that.
Oh, hold on. Dan Aguilar.
Let's do it.
Dan Aguilar.
Dan.
Wait, is there room now?
There is room now, Dan Aguilar. So you watch the podcast. It pays to watch the podcast.
And he's watching the podcast because he's not on Facebook, but he always tells me that he loves that we put it on the YouTube channel, the NothingisOB, South Texas Golf Podcast YouTube channel, because he gets the update. That the show that we are live and it is on.
There's
www.acgttour.golf under event registration, Olmos Basin, the PC Masters. There's one spot in stock.
It's on the ticker right here. It's on the ticker right here.
ACGTtour.golf for more information on event schedules, FAQs, points, and handicaps. Please visit acgttour.golf.
Can we get a QR code for that as well to hang up? Let's get people just signing up or at the tournaments too.
Trav.
I think this is a fabulous idea. I'm waiting for Jason's response because he's going to have to do it.
I mean, we can do whatever you want with technology.
That is perfect. That is awesome. That is our media director of relations and content MD. Thank you for your ambassadorship, guys. Andy, thank you so much for your time on Tuesday nights, volunteering to host our podcast, ACGT Tour Power Hour. We've got the Masters this weekend and then a Masters recap for the 12th episode of our spring season. And then we'll see where the podcast goes from there. But that wraps up what I got. I got nothing else. Good luck to everybody. 1 spot still available. Hopefully we get Andy Torres with us for as long as he'll have us. So
it's been awesome, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this. It's been fun. Nothing short. You know, it's always been exciting. I learn something new every time. You know, Birdie always gets me pumped up. He's got to be my hype man, and I love it. Thank you, Birdie.
People going.
Oh, he said hype. He said hype. I thought he said height. I thought that was a short.
I
thought it was a short and a height joke back to back.
It's like in honor of the Masters. It's like Master Blaster. You know, it's like Master Blaster. All right.
He's like my Danny DeVito.
I love it.
I'm the leftover stuff. All right, I'm the leftover stuff. All right, guys. Hey, good night. Make sure you check out www.nothingobgolf.com. Check out this Thursday. We're going to have ACGT Tour Series regular, former PC Masters champion, Casey Carnes on the show. Check it out. Good night, y'all.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you this weekend from Olmos Basin. Tune in to the ACGT Tour Report podcast next Tuesday night at 8:30. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on